Wait and see.
The industry declared prompt engineering dead in 2024. 2 years later, it is the only skill that actually matters. GPT 5.5, Claude 4, and DeepSeek V4 do not need chatty instructions. They demand architectural precision. Here is your 2026 playbook. Let's start with the elephant in the server room. GPT 5.5 is a reasoning engine that defaults to helpfulness, but helpfulness is the enemy of deterministic code generation. When you prompt GPT 5.5 for a production-grade Python script, you must strip the conversational filler. The system prompt should explicitly forbid markdown explanations or "here is your code" prefacing. You define the output schema first, then ask for the logic. Here is the technical implementation. Instead of asking "write a function that sorts a list," you define the function signature, the required type hints, and the specific algorithm you want, such as quicksort or mergesort, in the system prompt. You then instruct the model to return only the executable code block. This reduces the token overhead of parsing out natural language chatter and prevents the model from hallucinating import statements for libraries you do not have installed in your environment. Moving to DeepSeek V4, the value proposition shifts entirely. DeepSeek V4 is not just a cheaper alternative. It is a specialized tool for high-volume, low-stakes tasks. You do not send DeepSeek V4 to design your microservices architecture. You send thousands of rows of unstructured CSV data and ask for a standardized JSON output. The prompt strategy here focuses on brevity and strict delimiters because you are paying for latency and tokens in bulk. The concrete workflow involves batch processing. A developer uploads a raw log file to the API and uses a prompt that specifies the exact JSON keys required, such as nipstrace, error code, and UID. By enabling the low latency mode in the API parameters, you can process requests at speeds that make GPT 5.5 look like it is wading through molasses. If the output hallucinates a key that doesn't exist, you write a simple script to filter the response before it hits your database. Then we have Claude 4, which dominates the context window arena. While other models choke, Claude 4 swallows entire repositories. The prompt engineering strategy for Claude 4 changes from specificity to disambiguation. When you feed a 200,000 token context window containing your entire backend codebase, the model often gets lost in conflicting file versions. You must include a file manifest in the system prompt that explicitly prioritizes which files define the source of truth. Here is how you use it. You paste a summary of your directory structure into the prompt. You instruct Claude 4 to ignore deprecated folders and focus entirely on the srstate directory. When you ask for a refactoring pass, the model now has a map of your territory. It cross-references the utility functions in the helpers folder against the implementation in the main controller files, producing refactor suggestions that actually compile, rather than suggesting functions that were removed 3 commits ago. Do not overlook Gemini 3.5 in this stack. It handles multimodal inputs with a stability that others still struggle to match. The prompt here is not about text structure, but about sequence. If you are debugging a UI rendering issue, you upload a screenshot of the broken interface, the CSS file, and the React component. You prompt the model to analyze the visual artifact first, then correlate the pixel coordinates with the CSS positioning logic. This cross-modal correlation is where it shines. You ask Gemini 3.5 to identify the specific CSS rule causing the layout shift, such as a negative margin or a conflicting z-index. The model will read the visual data, identify the misalignment, and point directly to the line number in the text file where the logic fails. It turns a visual debugging session into a direct line number edit, cutting the QA cycle down from hours to minutes. Now, let's talk about the hidden cost of all this power: latency. Everyone obsesses over the price per token, but latency kills user experience. GPT 5.5 generates complex reasoning chains that take seconds to resolve. If you are building a real-time chat interface, you cannot wait for the full reasoning chain to finish. The prompt engineering fix is to request streamed reasoning or to restrict the thought tokens to a maximum depth in the API parameters. You configure the system prompt to output the final answer immediately, with the chain of thought hidden in a backend log that the user never sees. This keeps the interface snappy. You get the benefit of the model's deep reasoning without forcing the user to watch it think. It requires a specific API flag toggle and a prompt that separates the internal monologue from the external response with a delimiter that your front-end parser can strip out before rendering. We also need to address the flakiness of JSON outputs. Even GPT 5.5 occasionally returns a malformed JSON string when the context gets messy. The 2026 Playbook doesn't just accept this, it engineers around it. You include a repair instruction in your system prompt. You tell the model that if it cannot generate valid JSON, it must output a specific error code string, like JSON par-f for miler, instead of attempting to guess the syntax. Your application logic then listens for that error code and triggers a fallback, such as retrying the request with a lower temperature setting or a simplified prompt. This stops your application from crashing with a 500 error just because the model had a bad hallucination. It turns a syntax error into a handled exception, making your AI features robust enough for enterprise customers who demand zero downtime. Finally, stop treating prompts as static strings. The best engineers in 2026 treat prompts as configuration files. You store system prompts in a version-controlled repository alongside your code. When you upgrade from GPT 5.5 to a hypothetical 5,
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to wait and see your signal through the noise of AI.